ahead. Today I'm going to speak about halal values on the retail shelf, and by that I'm going to go over our experience in creating a product that is a halal product, but that also adheres to values that are accepted by a broad majority of American consumers. And we had to do a lot of research before we set out to do this, in understanding what the American consumer wants and the American Muslim consumer, what their needs were. And what we found is that for the American market, there was an unmet need to provide not just a high-quality halal product, but also a product that expands beyond the traditional boundaries of what halal is. We found a lot of American Muslim consumers were very fond of the organic food movement, for example, and who wanted to have a product that was certified humane and that had no additives and preservatives, and a whole host of other practices, including corporate social responsibility. You know, the idea that the company itself was a responsible company, not just to its community or its customers, but to its employees. And so we began to brand this product, Saffron Road, in that way. And the challenge for us was that we wanted to introduce it to the American market in a very unique way. And for that we had to seek a retail partner who shared our values and was going to help accentuate them and be a true partner with us in introducing it to non-Muslim consumers. And our challenge was to promise this retail partner that we would bring in Muslim consumers that would not normally shop at their stores. And we had a very sophisticated way of doing this by partnering with Zahed.com, which I'm also a director of, and using our database of halal food diners to draw them into the stores using mobile technology. And this started in September of last year, and within the first 6 months alhamdulillah, we were very successful in demonstrating this aspect of this broader vision of halal. It also required a lot of engagement with social media, traditional PR, and a true dialogue with consumers, which is what we found was missing in the landscape, the current landscape amongst halal foods. This dialogue between consumer and manufacturer allows us to have feedback by which we can improve the product, and it allows us to help build a word of mouth advertising and marketing amongst Muslims, because, as you know, the media, reaching American Muslims by media is a difficult thing, because we have an underdeveloped Muslim media, and mainstream media is too broad and not cost effective to target Muslims, who number about 2 to 3% of the American population. So by using this targeted approach and this social media approach, we were able to meet our sales goals, in fact exceed them in many cases, by having targeted promotions during Ramadan, for example, and surveying our customers and using that feedback to improve the product. So we're very, very pleased at how it's turned out, and I'll demonstrate that in a presentation later on today.
How important is the American Muslim market? I've had this perception that America is where the policy is being made, and it transcends across the whole geographical boundaries.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about the American consumer market in general is it's a lot of consumer trends come out of the American marketplace. A lot of the eco-friendly and organic movement had a strong start in America, and this has resonated with American Muslims, and because American Muslims have demonstrated a willingness to pay a premium for these values to be in their halal products, we've been able to demonstrate that and to fulfill that need And in doing so, I think we've identified a new market share that is a high value market share, an aspirational market share amongst American Muslims. So we hope to further develop that.
Social media, how important it is for a startup company and SME further improve the customer reach using social media?
Social media is particularly important for many reasons. One, a lot of younger consumers are highly influenced by social media and are active users of social media. For the American market in particular, when you have Muslim minorities in a larger society, social media is a much more targeted and effective way of reaching them. As I mentioned before, the mass media is not an effective way to reach them. But what's great about social media is it allows that two-way communication, that dialogue, that instant feedback, that instant notification for special offers, promotions. Rumors, for example, that take place and get out of hand about products can be addressed immediately in social media in a way that keeps them from getting out of hand. And that's what makes it a very effective tool for small companies and extremely cost effective as well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.